Genre of Radio Azad, and this is Double Shot Espresso with life coach Tasneem and Ayesha. You can download the Radio Azad app to listen to us. It is a great way of keeping us with you wherever you are, and these days you are not going anywhere, you are home. So it's best that you listen to us through the Radio Azad app. Tasneem, do you have, what's it called, Alexa at home?
I have Google Nest.
Google Nest. Okay. So we need somebody who has Alexa who can tell us when they say, hey Alexa,
Play Radio Azad.
play Radio Azad, whether it's playing or not. So try it out, people, for
My
us.
family back home has it. I'll ask them to do that.
Okay, perfect. We have a couple of callers. Let's take them on the air. Radio Azad, you are on the air.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम आयशा एंड तस्नीम अगेन
वालेकुम सलाम
जी,
एस्केप जी।
एस्केप जी।
तो आपने क्वेश्चन थ्रो किया ना
जी।
तो मैं ये बता दूं कि रेडियो आजाद जैसे मेरी स्केड्यूल का हिस्सा पिछले 16 महीने से है तो वो रहा है हिस्सा
थैंक यू।
फॉर एवरीथिंग। तो नंबर 1 पार्ट जो मैं कर रही हूँ जो करना मांगती हूँ इन दिस जर्नी ऑफ फेज ऑफ लाइफ, दैट्स द वे आई एम ट्रीटिंग दिस पीरियड, पार्ट ऑफ जर्नी ऑफ लाइफ is following the normal schedule which I had.
जी।
Except I'm doing it with social distancing and from indoors. Magar I'm number 1 following the schedule as much as possible, but staying very informed. I am one of those who listens to the TV and news चाहे कितनी भी grim हो, मगर उससे मैं अपने precautions और lessons सीखती हूँ और सोचती हूँ कि क्या improve कर सकूँ. तो emotionally strong जब मैं रहती हूँ और करेज डेवलप और होप डेवलप करती हूँ तो उसमें रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बहुत डेवलप और भी ज्यादा हो गई है क्योंकि आई एम द वन, एक आदमी जाना चाहिए ना ग्रोसरीज वगैरह।
जी जी।
तो once in 8 or 9 days I go to the groceries, but I follow all the guidelines, even bringing the bags inside and all, ताकि एक इंसान करे। तो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बहुत बड़ी है, कुकिंग बड़ी है, एवरीथिंग लाइक दैट, बट आई एम टेकिंग दिस एज अ चैलेंज and of course taking this as a step forward कि this too shall be overcome.
Yes.
और हमेशा इस सफर में मैं अपना 1971 की जर्नी याद करती हूँ और फैमिली से शेयर करती हूँ तो उन लोग को एहसास होता है कि कितने अच्छे कंडीशंस में हैं फिर भी हम लोग, ऐसी चीजें होती हैं, पेंडेमिक्स होते हैं एंड ऑल, बट फिर भी वॉर से ये बहुत ज्यादा बता नहीं सकती, कंपैरिजन भी नहीं कर सकती। तो मे बी दैट एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ 1971 हैज जस्ट bolstered me or made me more courageous or more positive कि this is nothing compared to the war situation of being a refugee and all that. Hunger, roti, कपड़ा, मकान, इज्जत, सब चीज वहाँ दाव पे लगती है, यहाँ ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। तो पॉजिटिविटी पास ऑन करती हूँ मैं, दैट इज द वे, एंड आई एम डूइंग ऑल माय हॉबीज, सफरनामा, ओ माय गॉड, इट गिव्स मी सो मच हैप्पीनेस, यू नो। सो टेक केयर लेडीज, ओके,
थैंक यू। रेडियो आजाद, यू आर ऑन द एयर।
एक्चुअली मैं एक रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूंगी, देखिए इस टाइम के अंदर हम सबको फैमिली की वैल्यूज का ज्यादा पता चला है, पता तो पहले भी था लेकिन हम भूल जाते हैं। तो अभी ये हालत है कि लोगों को फाइनेंस भी हिट कर रहे हैं, तो ये जो वक्त है ना, हम एक दूसरे का हाथ पकड़ के ही चल सकते हैं। एक गाना बड़ा प्यारा सा है, तेरा साथ है तो मुझे क्या कमी है, अंधेरों से भी मिल रही रोशनी है, ये सब फैमिलीज के लिए फ्रॉम माय साइड।
Okay, thank you, Arjuman.
It is a beautiful song.
So, we've talked a lot about families, Tasneem. How about if you're by yourself?
Very
Single?
cool. Yeah, I think they need to be definitely given center spot too. So to talk about people living on their own, single people, or if you're just living on your own for whatever your circumstances are, there are a whole bunch of things. I'm going to keep a watch on the clock as well and tell you things which I feel were most important. And number 1 on that list was setting boundaries, because I know everybody's FaceTiming and video calling and Zoom and all of those things, but what happens sometimes with people living on their own, they just kind of find it very difficult to set boundaries for themselves, because people just feel that you're living on your own, so you can be reached out to at any time and every time. And however that may be welcoming to many, but to many others, it may be not so welcoming because, it can get very draining hearing about everyone's problems and how they are being quarantined with their family and their problems of their kids and and that can make you feel even more lonelier. So it would be great if you kind of say that, hey, I'm available after this time, and feel free to call me post 6 p.m. or whatever it is that works for you, just so that you are just not available at all times, at any times. And also, if you can structure that call and make it like a discuss a recipe, or discuss a movie, rather than just kind of sharing problems. Because for the person who's living on their own, when other friends who probably are with families discuss their problems, it can get even more isolating and lonely. Yeah.
Okay, let's take a caller. Radio Azad, you are on the air.
Hi, Ayesha, Tasneem. I'm really enjoying the show.
Hello, Sylvie.
And I'm so excited I actually get to listen to you guys live today.
And I'm so excited that you get to call into our show, which is always fantastic.
I'm double excited. So I have lots of things to say, but I wanted to address one thing about if you're single. Is a lot of times people are so busy with their own families, they tend to forget about somebody who's single.
Yes.
Yes.
And, they don't realize that somebody who's single is so isolated. They don't have anyone else at home to talk to. They have nobody else who can go do the groceries or do anything else. And the fear, if you get sick, who will help me, is huge for somebody who's single.
Very true.
Yeah.
So
very, very good
That's
points.
such a great point. Yes, thank you for sharing that.
Sidebar on that. I've been trying to reach out to people I know that are absolutely single and just regularly contacting them. But what I really wanted to talk about, the reason I called was, I wanted to talk about kids and families and schools. And everyone is struggling with kids at home and trying to do e-learning, remote learning. And as a teacher, I'm seeing two types of parents. There are some parents who are like very, enthusiastic about it and sitting down and making sure their kids are doing everything, but they're also getting overwhelmed. And I'd like to say to all the parents out there is just take a deep breath, slow down. It is unusual times, and don't put that much pressure. It's good to do the schoolwork, but don't put too much pressure on the kids, because they're also dealing with anxiety no matter what their age, and they might not always show it. And for the other parents who are overwhelmed as well and don't know where to start and how to do this, one big word: communication. Communicate with the school, with the teachers, with the counselors. The resources are there.
Absolutely. Good point. And of course, Sylvie, it's wonderful to see your point of view as a teacher, how to make this new system that we're all in, thrust upon to make that work. And communication is a huge part of it.
Absolutely. And the teachers are there, the school is there, and we want to help. And everyone's overwhelmed, but there is help. And take a deep breath. But can I say one more thing? I will see a silver lining. This new normal is making me learn new things. It's giving me time to connect to people in a different way. And I'm actually loving it in a way. Because it's giving me this whole new world of opportunities and experiences.
True.
So that was my take on it. But
Very
thank
nice.
You, enjoying the show.
Good.
Thank
you.
you
for calling in, Sylvie.
Yeah, I mean, she beautifully.
She's in that positivity phase.
Yeah, she's definitely reached the last emotion. But I loved it that when she flipped that coin for me, where, a lot of times you're so busy looking after you and your family, you do not really stop to think about your friends who are living alone or by themselves, or even an elderly who is by themselves. And I think that is so important to make yourself available. Of course, not impose at all times, but definitely make yourself available to them and help them as best as you can.
Radio Azad, you're on the air. Hello? Hello? All right, do give us a call back. Line cut gayi janab, 9725019390. You can tap the app. And it's actually these people living alone because when they were out in public, socializing and stuff, automatically you would get your dose of companionship
and connection.
But now, because everybody is in their homes, they don't get it. And I think sometimes that's what causes a lot of depression and anxiety. And sometimes when you do reach out to them, they may be snapping your head off. But
understand
that exactly, that maybe that they are lonely and they are anxious and they are fearful. They just don't know how to. That cry for help is expressed through different ways.
Which is why when you had put out that post about what are you grateful for, I had put the fact that you have somebody at home, because a lot of us don't have that, it's a luxury at times, companionship. So it's important, definitely.
Bilkul. All right, we have a couple of callers. Radio Azad, you're on the air. Hello?
Yeah, hey Ayesha, you hit the nail right on the head, because that is the biggest fear that, especially when you hear some of these people talk about the symptoms and how bad it can get. And for someone who lives alone, they're like, oh my God, and I live alone on top of it. So, that's what they think, and yesterday someone asked me out of the blue, because I don't think of myself. I try to keep, myself out of that mindset. But someone yesterday asked me out of the blue, and I'm like, I'm thinking, hopefully I don't fall sick, everything goes well, and I'm taking all the precautions. And they're like, you are in a high-risk group, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. Because of my health condition, and I didn't think of it that way, until they actually said it, and I said, I try to forget of my health conditions, because I don't want to keep reminding myself of that. I just try to live one day at a time. And you're right, people who live alone, they may express all these things very differently. And so just give them some room just for these few days. Maybe just tolerate them a little bit more. But, it's some things that, people do have to remind themselves that people live alone, they may have health conditions that they are afraid of and have to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for calling in. Radio Azad, you're on the air.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
I'm talking about my experience. I used to be alone all day long. And now with this crisis in our life, I feel that, there are people all around me, and I don't know how to deal with them now. But
now you need your space.
I love you, Auntie. That's so cute.
My house is like an office. It's like a school. It's like a university.
I hear you.
It's like sometimes Radio Azad working from home during the weekends. And
I want to give you long distance hugs.
I feel lovely. And then, what has happened is that I pick up the phone and I call all my friends or people I know, and to see how they are and what is, and we talk and all that. Now I'm getting so many calls from my school friends all over the world, and they are calling me. And all these years we were so silent, we never talked to each other. But now I feel, oh my God, if we so wanted.
Very cool.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I love to see my family, making lovely things. Last night we had this funnel cake for the first time.
Funnel cake.
Funnel cake.
Okay.
Oh, it was so delicious.
Really?
And he went for, to make this for the first time, and he did such a fantastic job. And the children are trying cookies, and beautiful, very delicious cookies.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and then we all sit, and of course I'm the grumbling type, and I say, no, not this movie. Oh, why do you see such weird movies? Let's see some nice romantic movies. And we did put on a nice romantic movies. Of course, the men folk walked away. They like all mardhar and, the metal clanging and clinging and clanging all the time, the noise. but I'm now, slowly adjusting myself and adapting their way, their tastes.
Right.
That's good.
So this is what I feel. But I hope this crisis will end soon, and we pray that we go back to our normal life again.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you. I enjoy your program a lot.
thank you so much, Auntie. Thank you.
Really very nice, always.
And I'm going to come for a drive-through for that funnel cake, okay?
All right. So there's another way, a flip side of looking at
I
it.
know, right? And that was so cutely said. I mean, yeah, it's true. I mean, I relate with her because I know my mom feels the same. I mean, there's online schooling going on. My bhabhi has her, she's a designer. She has all her clothes thing going on. My brother's working from home. My dad's, kind of ambling along. So it is.
Everybody's on top of
each other. It's sometimes a little overwhelming, but it is what it is. But yes, again, there is such a lot of positive side to that also. This bonding, this nook joke, this this little bit of
Yeah.
all of that is just a part and parcel of the whole thing as of right now.
I think we'll have to banish her to her room for 2 hours a day.
No. I on this show say that she should be able to do anything and everything, and tonight she will watch her choice of movie again.
Again.
All right. So very quickly then, I think one of the few main points we've already talked about when people are living on their own is number one, yes, care for them, reach out, make yourself available, see how they can be helped, understand, be more tolerant. And of course, the flip side is don't kind of barge in with your problems all the time to them, because that can make them feel even more lonely, and kind of be conscious of which times work for them and which don't. But other than that, keeping that aside, some of these things that you can do to keep yourself busy if you're by yourself, and of course these things also apply to individuals in families, but I'm just going to quickly go through them. The list includes here books. Reading is a big one. I mean, when you can't see people, you kind of make friends with characters in books. Meditation,
I like that.
yeah, right? Because when you read a book, you kind of are in that world, and you're actually having your own special relationship with the characters of the book. Writing, a lot of us like journaling and writing what we're going through. That's a big one. Meditation is what works for everyone, single, living alone or not. I mean, it's just such a calming routine. I strongly recommend that. Other than that, I mean, adding to your garden or finishing those do-it-yourself projects, cleaning out a closet, cabinet. I know I do that a lot. It kind of gives me a sense of calm. Also, taking one day at a time. A lot of us, whether we are living alone or not, feel guilty with free time. At least I was one of those. When I had too much of, time to just sit, or not even too much, just even little bit, I was like, I could be doing something more constructive or productive. But it's okay sometimes to just look and stare out of the window. Sometimes it's fine to just sit in silence. And I think taking one day at a time and allowing yourself that guilt-free time to take care of your mental health, I think is a big one during this time. Also, another one that I want to mention is volunteer your time remotely. If you're living by yourself, there are a lot of establishments and platforms out there who are looking for people to volunteer whatever skill set you have remotely. I, for one, I know I offer the 30 minutes free online session for coaching session for anyone who would like to talk. And I think that not only is my little small gesture of love and gratitude, but it also reverberates back to me. It makes me feel happy, and that's with any act of kindness. You may feel that you're helping another, but you're actually helping yourself. So, that's a good one to do. And another friend told me that what she does is, she says, I'm researching my next adventure.
Oh, how nice.
So she just takes a little city or a state or whichever place that her family or she has been wanting to go, and she kind of is researching everything in the hope and positivity that when things do get back to normal, that's where I will go, and this is where I'll stay, and this is what I'll do. I think it's a good, happy feeling to kind of spend time doing.
For sure. All right, let's take a caller. Radio Azad, you are on the air.
I just want to send the love to Parveen auntie to be so honest and so cute.
है ना, she was just totally adorable on this call. मैं अगर सामने होती तो social distancing मैं उसको hug कर देती.
So transparent, I would say.
Very beautiful.
Washing all our linen out in public, right?
But yeah, totally agree with Arjuman there. And learning new skills or improving a skill that you have, this is the time you can do that. I mean, हम हमेशा complain करते हैं कि time नहीं है, तो अब थोड़ा टाइम है तो उसको कंस्ट्रक्टिवली यूज करो, लर्न अ न्यू स्किल, बी इट अ हॉबी और सम स्किल दैट यू ऑलरेडी हैव बट यू वांट टू improve on it. Lastly, I think this goes out to people who have smaller homes and separate your homes, in the sense, have this place as your workspace, have this little space as where you have your dinner conversations with your friends, this little space where you have just watch your TV, so that you don't feel that you're doing everything in the same spot. Actually get up and move and physically move yourself from one spot to the other.
Right.
That would help. And even if it's a window that you can stare out of, do that from time to time. Take a break and breathe that air from that window, if at all, even if it's a complete lockdown and you can't step out.
And stepping outside, going for walks, and even going for individual walks.
Yeah, I mean, here it's allowed, but I know back home in India, they're not even allowed to do that.
Wow.
So, I mean, then
That's
just
tough.
go and stand near the window at least, just take a break, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it may be. And another one I think that I had wanted to mention was, don't get onto social media platforms first thing in the morning, because there's so much out there. Leave that for later in the day. I don't want to really mention a time, but somewhere where you've settled in, you've kind of started your day on a positive note. वरना वो उठ के ही वो सब सुन के और पढ़ के और देख के वो ज़्यादा overwhelmed feeling आ जाती है. So that's another one, yeah.
And I think giving people space as much as you can. If
Bilkul.
people want to go into their rooms or, just want to go into a quiet corner, let them do that.
जी.
It's not necessary to keep somebody in your line of vision, 24/7. Let's take a song break and we will be right back. Sun rahe aap Radio Azad. This is Double Shot Espresso with Tasneem and Ayesha. Arjuman, aapki request for that. Today on the show, we are talking about healthy families and relationships in lockdown and had some great points. So, Tasneem?
Yeah, so we started off talking about a little bit of those 5 stages, and then we led on to how people living on their own, and then we talked about a whole lot of things that individuals can do, be it living alone or not. And what I want to talk about a little bit about next is how our friendships have been impacted with this whole coronavirus. I think from all our callers as well, we've noticed that old friendships are being rekindled. School friends, childhood buddies, all of these friendships which somewhere in the rat race of life had been put on the back burner, now all of a sudden are in the front spot, and people are making time for it. So I think that is just so refreshing to see. It's FaceTime or WhatsApp video call or Zoom or all of these house party, all of these platforms which are being used to have multiple people kind of connect, and people are getting creative. It's not only just conversations. I recently was on a Zoom call where we actually discussed a kind of a book, and then next time we had a playlist, and we said, okay, we're going to listen to this playlist and kind of discuss which is our favorite song.
How nice.
So we kind of make even our conversations a little more constructive, because कभी-कभी क्या हो जाता है कि जब आप फिर फ्रेंड से बात करने लगते तो वही सारी बातें होती है, ये मैंने न्यूज़ में ये पढ़ा, मैंने ये हुआ, हमारे कम्युनिटी में ऐसे हुआ, उसका सुना, इसका सुना, ये हुआ, वो. So then again, people who are very sensitive can spiral into a little bit of a low feeling. So I just like to recommend that even if you have regular chats, like कभी एक बार चलो you're talking to somebody after a long time, ठीक है, आपने discuss कर लिया, of course हालात discuss करना ही, sharing is also good in that sense. But if you're having repeated calls, family या जो भी है, तो उनके साथ कुछ ऐसा creative constructive करो, एक book discuss कर लो, music playlist discuss कर लो, अंताक्षरी, फिर वो Netflix party भी आजकल तो you can actually Netflix party is a Chrome extension that synchronizes your viewing of any Netflix content with your friends and lets you live chat while you're doing it, and it actually allows you to even pause कि आपको अगर पॉपकॉर्न लेने जाना है या रेस्टरूम ब्रेक चाहिए तो सभी पॉज हो जाएंगे कि भैया आप जाके आ जाओ. So I just found that was pretty creative and funny, you know, and these are the ways that we can improvise and kind of provide that friendly connection that we so crave. Because why do people have connections? Because it gives them a sense of identity. So we want to keep that sense of identity as best as we can and improvise in these times. We have a caller.
Radio Azad, you are on the air.
Ayesha and Tasneem, I had to share this story when you were talking about old friendships reignited. 49 and a half years ago, I knew my dear friends and got separated through the war. 71 में ये हुआ. Last time मैं उन लोगों को देखी थी was in end of April 1971. और वो काफी सालों से मुझे ढूंढ रही हैं, मगर क्योंकि मैं Facebook पे नहीं हूँ, कॉमन कनेक्शंस नहीं बन रहे हैं, बनते थे, तो वो लोग ढूंढते जब ये स्टार्ट हुआ इसका वायरस का, तो उन लोगों ने देखा कि they had to accelerate it because they said अगर अब नहीं तो कब. तो किस तरह से वो लोग लंदन में कॉमन कनेक्शन बना के हम लोग को, then my brother texted to me from London that these two ladies are looking for you. One is in Bangladesh, one is in Birmingham, UK.
Wow.
And through a common friend, they found out my brother's phone number and all. Then my brother asked me if this was real and if it was genuine, and I said, please, I remember them through that backdoor fence and all the naughtiness which अमरूद चुराते थे, पपाया के पास जाते थे, और वो सारी बचपन की सारी कहानियां. And they both texted to me, called me, and it was so emotional. They told me all the things that happened to our house after we left and all that. I mean, it was like a real, क्या बताऊं, जिंदगी एक मूवी जैसे आंखों के सामने चल रही थी. So I had to share. After 49 and a half years ago, this pandemic reconnected me and I believe there are 10 more of my friends searching for me and whose addresses they have and all.
Wow.
So I thought I must share you this truly heartfelt experience which I went through, you know. Thank you.
We could have saved them a lot of trouble if they had just listened to Radio Azad. They would have found you, Shahnaz ji.
Yeah, maybe that's something that we want to put out there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think overall, everybody who I have been speaking to has said that they have seen an increase in bonding in terms of friends which they had lost connection with, or even with friends that they do regularly used to hang out with, but they've kept that going, you know, with calls or video calling. And I don't see no flip side of that to a certain extent, other than the fact that if you're always just meeting and still talking only about the negative aspects of this phase that we're all living in, then that's not really ideal. And that's why I kind of shared a few tips which can make even those conversations a little more productive, a little more happier, a little more on the positive note.
Absolutely.
So now then, let's want to lean into the families, the how to cope, healthy families and how they cope in a lockdown or in the current situation. And I know a lot of the points have already been talked about because things that, you know, people living on their own and other things that we talked about with our callers and all of that have covered a lot of that. But still, I want to just talk about a few points. Before I do that, do we want to do the rapid fire question of the day?
Yes, and we do have a rapid fire question of the day for you. And get your tapping the app fingers ready. Crack those knuckles. There we go. So, will our life be the same or will it be different after the lockdown ends? Will our life be the same or will it be different after the lockdown ends? 9725019390. My God, this person is fast. Radio Azad, you're on the air.
Different.
Different. Okay, thank you. 9725019390. Will our life be the same or different after the lockdown ends? What do you think? You can tap the app to give us a call. We just need a one-word answer. Same or different? Same or different?
What about you? What do you think?
Same.
I mean, there's a part of me which hopes that, when you can't actually get together, you will not take it for granted, and therefore that will change. However, can I think about it for a moment?
Of course not. Radio Azad, you're on the air. Different. Okay. 972-501-9390. Will our life be the same or different after the lockdown ends? Radio Azad, you're on the air.
Will be different but better.
Different, better.
Okay. Radio Azad, you're on the air.
Different life.
Different life. Okay. I think all of you are very optimistic. I like it. 972-501-9390. Will our life be the same or different after the lockdown ends? What do you think? Tap the app and give us a call at the studio and let us know. Same or different?
Bilkul, and keep doing that, and as we do that, I'm going to kind of continue and go quickly through the last part, which is how successful families remain happily together during these hard times. So these are, some may just serve as good reminders, and I think those are also great, not something that you didn't know, but it's great to be reminded. So number one, look for what your partner is doing right rather than what they're doing wrong. Say thank you for in these times to whoever is carrying a lot of the weight at home, and I'm generalizing here and saying it's the woman, but if it's not in your family, that's fine too. But remember to appreciate and share gratitude and make the person feel valued, because they're really extending themselves and going crazy, managing and having all of those arms and legs which are invisible to you. So make sure that you appreciate them.
And pitch in wherever you can.
Definitely carry the weight. Share that apple cart. Even if it is something as loading at the dishwasher or washing the dishes, if it is somewhere back home where everybody doesn't have the luxury of a dishwasher, whatever it is that you can do, please do it. And listen to each other. A lot of times people want to share during this time. So I had a couple who I'm in session with, and they use this time in the end of the day. They keep 30 minutes aside to just share, to what worked today, what didn't work today. Use your office skills in your family. Have a management meeting, so to speak, and really because this is an unusual time. This is a unique time, and not everything that you do may work, and that's fine. That's okay, as long as you realign and reassess, and tomorrow will be different. You will make new corrections. So have kind of meetings and share your emotional side too. And at that time, I'd urge the spouse to not find a solution, because I think we've discussed this on other shows as well, where every time everything is not about providing a solution. You know the solution, but you just want somebody who will listen to you and who will give you an empathetic ear 6 feet apart. Also, I think we have a caller listening.
Radio Azad, you're on the air.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
मैं बस इसीलिए कॉल करी कि मैं बोलने के लिए मैं जिंदा हूँ.
हम बहुत खुश है कि आप जिंदा हैं.
Long time no here, Samina ji, been missing you. So but
नहीं, शुरू में ना मैं नई नुकलों को डालती थी तो आजाद भाई का आता था, फिर मैंने सोचा कि शायद आयशा ने भी छुट्टी ले ली होगी.
नहीं आयशा कहाँ छुट्टी लेंगी. नहीं, Monday and Wednesday it'll be 11 to 1 or Friday 9 to 11.
Yeah, no, I know. Don't worry.
Oh, and then don't forget Tuesday it's 11 to 1 with Uzma ji.
Okay.
जी.
और आपने कहा you guys are doing food drive or can drive something. I'm going to send small contribution, okay?
Food for the COVID-19?
Yes.
Okay. So you have the link?
नहीं, आपने कहा ना जो प्रोग्राम शुरू beginning में रेडियो आजाद.
दोबारा कहिए समीना जी, I lost you.
नहीं, जब प्रोग्राम शुरू हो रहा था, शुरू में आपने कहा रेडियो आजादी doing something, right?
The COVID-19 food drive.
Exactly. Perfect. I'm going to send check small contribution to you, okay?
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
No
Very
problem.
much.
It's very small.
Thank you. Whatever it is, every bit counts. So
Yeah, no
thank
problem.
you. So
Okay, bye.
thank you. Oh, you want to answer our rapid fire question? Will our life be the same or different after the lockdown ends?
It's different, obviously.
Different?
Yeah, it will never be same.
Okay. All right.
अब मेरा जो दुख दर्द है ना लोग समझेंगे because always I have a note at my doorstep like if you have any cold symptoms do not enter my house. आप आते हो तो हाथ धो के और मेरे घर पे वो नोट तो लास्ट 15-16 साल से पड़ा हुआ है और थोड़े लोग बुरा माने some people judged me. Now people understand what I am saying all these days.
Okay.
So I'm living this life from long back, Aisha, because if you have child with special needs with compromised immune system,
Yeah.
and I have been living this life, and I have been having these insecurities, this fear, कि ना कोई आके मेरे घर में छीके, then somebody's sneeze will end up for my son's pneumonia. So I was in this fear, and then अब तो वो double होगा, but obviously the life will not be the same for everyone. Relations will not be same for everyone.
Right.
There's something. It's so sad. This is happening, but we have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Samina ji.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure hearing from you. We miss you.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, a reality that she has been leading for so many years is now something we all are experiencing. So
That's right.
That's a great moment of self-reflection right there. So thank you so much for sharing that.
And talking just a little bit about the COVID-19 food drive that we are doing, you can go directly to the website empyreanfoundation.org and donate there, or you can send in your checks to Radio Azad. Hamara address is on our website, or you can zell us the money at info@radioazad.us. Okay, let's take a caller. Radio Azad, you're on the air.
Hello, ladies. What a wonderful show. This is Ambreen.
Oh,
Hi,
hello,
Ambreen.
Ambreen. How are you?
Very well. Me and my mom, we've been listening to this show, and it's just as amazing as ever.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Because we, in this lockdown, last year, so my mother always had a big family in terms of she's got 5 children, then she had 2 adopted kids, so 7 children, husband, and always relatives coming in. So this is such a different time for us because it's just me and her and our dog. So I think life is going to be different because there's so many things we are learning every day
Yep.
that related to social distancing or how to cope up with different situations. So my answer is it is going to be different.
Going to be different. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so
With
much.
that, I would like to thank everybody because the COVID-19 food drive is just going as amazing. We just started it a day ago and we've almost achieved like half the target.
Excellent.
So, let me just tell everyone, I would like to thank Radio Azad, Ayesha ji, Madhya, and whoever is involved in it because it's an overwhelming response. And whoever has confusion who I am, that I'm the co-founder of Empyrean Foundation, because a lot of people are asking this. So I think it's always good to give clarity.
Yes, perfect, Ambreen. Thank you so much for partnering with us and coordinating with the Havar Bhai and making sure that everybody is going to get their food boxes. So we really appreciate it. All your hard work and Madiha's fantastic idea. So I'm glad that we're able to do this.
Yeah, thank you so much. You have a wonderful day, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, so in order to continue, we were talking about how healthy families cope in a lockdown. And another point is that, with the economy going for a toss as well, a lot of financial budgeting has also gone for a toss. So that by itself, also healthy families would discuss that. I mean, a lot of our Desi families still, I know of people where the woman is not really participating in those kind of discussions and is clueless about what really comes into the bank and things like that. But I think this is a time where if, the man doesn't really need to be always the one who's carrying all that, weight, be it emotional or whatever he's trying to manage. So share with your spouse and at times, even if it means, letting your children know in whichever age appropriate way that, hey, so many takeouts may not not be possible now, or whatever it is that you want to, have that conversation with your children, because that, I think, being truthful and honest and giving that clarity to your family will help. And you need to take a call as to whether the children need to be informed and how you would want to inform them, because obviously you want to be age sensitive. Another point that I do want to mention where healthy families are concerned is intimacy. I have another couple who one of the partners doesn't feel that it's right to be intimate at this point of time, whereas the other feels that it's okay because you're actually living in the house together. So be respectful of each other. I mean, no one's right and no one's wrong, and hugging and cuddling is also a way of intimacy. I think touch is important, and when you are sharing space in the same home with your partner, you need to come to an understanding as to what is feels okay for the both of you, and come to a common ground over there. And lastly, I think also make time for yourself.
Very important.
Especially, I mean, I'm again generalizing, but it's us women just trying to do so much all at one go, and trying to really cook up the best meals and keep the kids occupied, and making sure that getting the work done and homework is done, and all of that thing. I think it's hats off to all of those people who are doing that. So cut yourself some slack.
Absolutely. Very, very important for this. And it's okay if not every nook and cranny is spick and span, and you have to realize that the people living in your house have doubled or tripled. And if things don't get done, it's okay. Do them tomorrow, and have everybody chip in.
Yeah, and I think there was a quote which said, a messy kitchen is a sign of a happy family.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if your kids are creating a mess, I understand it's a lot to clean up after, but it's okay. It's really just okay. We all just need to take a deep breath and practice gratitude, because it could be far worse.
Absolutely.
It could be so much more worse than it is, and we have a home over our head. There are many who don't even have that. So I think when you practice gratitude, all of this will seem like a piece of cake.
And which reminds me, kids, if you're listening, make sure your beds are made.
एक माँ बोल गई, एंड में बोल गई. So yeah, but that's all. I mean, I think the list is endless. I'm sure that feel free to share when we put out the post on our Facebook group, Double Shot Espresso Talk Show. Please feel free to share your tips and tricks that you use at home, which would help everybody, and I think we all can benefit from each other.
Yeah. Absolutely. So you have a nice poem for us to share.
Yeah, today I have this poem, and it's in Urdu, so I hope I do justice to it. So all the very best to me.
Irshad.
रफ्तार करो कम कि बचेंगे तो मिलेंगे, गुलशन न रहेंगे तो कहाँ फूल खिलेंगे, वीरांगी में रह के खुद से भी मिलेंगे, रह जाए सलामत तो गुल खुशियों के खिलेंगे. अब वक्त आ गया है कायनात का सोचो, ये रूठ गई घर तो ये मौके ना मिलेंगे, जो हो रहा है ये तो समझो क्यों हो रहा है ये, कुदरत के बदन को और कितना ही छिलेंगे. मौका है अभी देख लो फिर देर न हो जाए, जो कुदरत को दिए जख्म वो हम कैसे सिलेंगे. है कोई तो जिसने जहां को हिला के रख दिया, लगता था हमारे बिन पत्ते ना हिलेंगे. झाको दिलों के अंदर क्या करना है सोचो, खाक में वरना हम सभी जाम के मिलेंगे, खाक में वरना हम सभी जाके मिलेंगे.
Beautiful. Did you write that?
Thank you very much.
Very, very nice.
But yeah, I think the planet is healing. We are healing alongside. And I think it's time to really reflect on things that truly matter rather than getting lost in the race that some of us were busy running.
Absolutely. Great thoughts. And thank you all for your wonderful participation. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay home. I'll be back on Friday 9 to 11 with another edition of Coffee Mornings. Don't forget to check out a Double Shot Espresso YouTube channel. Do subscribe to it and share the videos. Apna khayal rakhiyega. Khuda Hafiz.